Okay. I think everything's all set up correctly. I am so bad at live streaming, you guys. It is insane. Okay. Everything looks good. Okay. So, welcome everyone to yet another live stream. Today we are going to be playing something a little bit different. Hey, how's it going, Miko? Welcome to the stream. Everyone watching live, as well as everyone watching this archived as well. As I said, today is going to be a little bit of a different kind of game that we're playing today. It's nothing Nintendo related, surprisingly. Today, we are going to be playing, as you probably might have guessed, What Remains of Edith Finch. I have heard a lot about this game. If you were around during the Game Awards sometime late last year, I think it was in late November, if I remember correctly, early December, sometime in that time frame, we did a live stream where we talked about all of the nominees, all the rewards that were given out that night, stuff like that, and Edith Finch was a heavily nominated game, if I do remember correctly. And it's also a game that I had heard about quite a bit during the year last year, back in 2017, which feels like it still feels like it's 2017, if I'm being honest. So prepare for the feels, folks. I honestly don't know what I'm in for. I've heard that it's really good. That's all I've heard. So before we get started, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, we're going to go ahead and just read a few little tidbits of what critics are saying about this game, if I can pull it up on the screen. Let's see. How's everyone's night going? Actually, while I do that, I hope everyone's doing well out there in the internet world. And we are in for a ride tonight. So, a few little tidbits about what people have been saying about this game critically. One such reviewer from The Guardian says, succeeds in recreating the childhood joy of reading a book and being utterly transported into its pages. Awesome. Another one from Polygon here, beautiful and bittersweet. Quite simplistic in nature there. And then another one last one from Rock Paper Shotgun says, Edith Finch earned every tear, every laugh, and every moment of joy. Recommended. Wow. So, quite high praise. just to kind of put it lightly. Lots of people are saying quite a few good things about this game, and I'm excited to go ahead and get started with it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start booting it up. Bittersweet, an excellent word for it. Well, I would say I agree, but I don't know what I'm in for, so we'll kind of see. We'll kind of see if it holds true here. So we'll kind of go ahead and launch our little... Oh, you saw my wallpaper there for a second. It took me a silly amount of work to be able to find that image in full resolution. So I'm very, very happy that I finally did last night. There we go. Cool. So I'm gonna have to rely on you, chat, for tonight. Mainly because I don't know how this is gonna sound and if the sound is coming through clear or anything. So just let me know if I need to turn it up or down. I can pull up the controls and it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So let's go ahead and tweak something with the graphics here. We'll turn it all to high. My computer always defaults everything to ultra because my computer is capable of handling it, but I don't want that to be happening during our live stream. Like, running a game at such high resolution that it's gonna slow everything else down. I think I'll be good with just experiencing it at high quality rather than ultra quality. Thank you. It's good. Yeah, it's good. I've heard a lot of people say that it's really, really good. Probably turn up the volume a little bit. There we go. So, what's that?
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning.
Oh man, this is going to be like... I'm already preparing myself to fight back the tears, because I can already tell just the way that this game is presenting itself that it's probably going to be
I was 11,
really sad in
but
a
I wasn't
good way.
allowed inside half the
Really sad in a
rooms.
good way. What is this? That's a really cool looking mailbox, I
Inside
might
the
say.
mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
That's it. Whoa. What is she wearing on her
My
sleeve?
brother Lewis's
That is
funeral.
so cool. Up the dialogue a little bit. Okay, give me 1 sec. Let's bring up the dialogue to a little bit higher than everything else. Oh boy. Preparing for a field trip here. Hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. Oh. Oh. Okay.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
It has some really cool looking
Maybe
arm
she
sleeves
thought
that
I'd
she's got
know.
there.
Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
What the heck? Mailbox is in the shape of the actual house. That is so cool. That is really awesome. This is as fast as I can walk. Can I walk any quicker? No.
No one
She's
had
wearing
driven this way
fingerless
in a long
gloves. She
time,
looks like she's also
but I
wearing
saw a
like
few
chainmail or
footprints.
something. This house has been here for quite a while. Goodbye, dear. It's a really majestic looking animal.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
She inherited this
But
house?
now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
That is a really cool looking house. That doesn't even look like a house. That looks like tree houses on tree houses. Actually, you know what this looks like? I'm gonna stop right here real quick. This looks like one of those settlements that you build in Fallout 4, where you just kind of see how high you can build.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
That is really impressive.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were.
So she's 17.
I was afraid of the house.
Hearing stuff.
I heard something moving around in the garage.
A garage. I feel spooked right now. This isn't a scary game, is it? Come on now.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
This is a quite
For the
unkempt
first
garage.
time in years, I felt like I was home.
Wow. This is big. Not a spooky game? Okay, cool. I didn't
But
think it
instead
was,
of a
but...
family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
I love salmon. I just had salmon
Nothing in
for
the
dinner,
house
like
looked
sushi.
abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Ew, what? That sounds gross. Smile with too many... Oh, look at all these pictures. Look at all those pictures. Wow. Mia. Okay. Whew. Keep exploring.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Oh.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
What? Like, Whoops. Did not mean to walk into that. Okay. This is, I'm liking this so far.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Fifth senior.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
My friend Bigfoot.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
This is an interesting looking house.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Oh, it feels like it's really
Mom must
cramped.
have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left.
I do like the way it looks though. Aesthetically, I do like the way this house looks. One of those games where you take it slow.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Oh.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Well, let's see.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Graphics just as... Oh. Okay, This is a nice looking room.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
The gerbil lived in the drawer and they made little hallways and stuff for it. Oh, that's adorable.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Was so... Was this her sister?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Ew. I hope that's like a carrot or something. Like pet store food.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Does she live? I like how cozy her room is.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, what the? Ew. You eat the toothpaste?
I ate a lot of things that night.
Wait a minute. Is that even real? Like, those aren't real berries. Aren't those just decorations? Oh boy. Molly. Molly.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
That's so pretty.
I reached out for her.
Oh, Molly, no. Oh.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
What? What? We're a cat now? BRB my food stand? Okay. Alright, I'll still be here, Mika. What in the world?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
He's probably dreaming. I'm so confused! When she turned into a cat that I...
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Okay. Controls pretty well, though. I like being a cat. Dang bird!
I jumped and I almost got her.
Oh, I like when you land, there's like a little
I could tell
jingle.
she was
Like
getting
she has a
really
bell
tired.
around her neck.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
He wants to eat it. No. Let the bird
gobbled her
live.
up.
What?
And suddenly, I was an owl.
Dude!
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Oh boy. Where is... It's probably a rabbit, isn't it? Probably a rabbit.
Rabbits.
Rabbits. There it is. Ugh.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Oh.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
Oh god.
Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Oh man. So...
A mama rabbit.
What? Where? There we go. No, not the mom! What are we doing, Edith? Oh, did I miss? Oh, I thought I missed for a
She
sec.
was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Is that how owls eat?
And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? So yeah, welcome to Edith Finch. Thanks for the warning that this was gonna be really weird. I mean, I'm liking it, but... Oh man, I don't know what I would do if I saw a shark tumbling down a mountain like this. I have so many questions.
I rolled off
What
the
the?
cliff and into the ocean.
If I was driving down a street and saw a shark, it just... I'd be done with life. Be so done with life. What is that thing? Yeah. There's probably, like, something around here. What is that? Oh, a sea lion!
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Did I get it? Where'd it go? I missed. Oh, they're not sea lions, they're seals. Haha, I'm silly. He doesn't even know I'm right behind him. Oh man, the ocean is horrifying.
Flipper, and it tasted really good.
Oh jeez. Little girl is so weird.
Grabbed on tight,
Molly!
but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water.
Molly!
When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Am I a snake?
wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Molly. Is she like eating these things? Eating these people? Thankfully, I'm not getting much of a visual when they get dragged away, but still. Very concerning, Molly.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Can't say I relate, Molly. Can't say this has ever happened to me or that I've ever felt anywhere near this way. What the? Oh no! Wait, isn't this my room?
I got closer and closer.
Oh man.
All of my stomach started growling.
All of them. Okay, I can relate to that. I can relate to all my stomachs
So,
growling too.
I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I mean, she has really nice handwriting. I can imagine if that was like my sister or something, I'd be like, wow, she's very troubled. She has.
I'm not
Has
sure
anybody
if I
talked to her
believed all
lately?
of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay. So, I doubt that's what happened, but still, very concerning amount of imagination there. And I think we can... There we go. Yeah. Out the window we go.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
I mean, that's a really
So,
cool story to
when
listen
we
to.
adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Go to the pause menu. Pause menu? Oh. It's like the family tree. So... Okay. So Edie and Lewis were... Oh, actually Dawn? Dawn is the most recent member of the family. Followed by Edie and Lewis. And okay, so we're kind of going through the family tree here.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune.
Misfortune.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse. His wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Those are such old world names.
On January
Ingeborg and
7th,
Johan.
1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Wait, what? He sailed with his house?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of
yeah.
Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Man, that's sad.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay. Oops. Okay. Put that down. That was interesting.
Whatever's wrong with this family, It goes back a long ways.
Oh, I like that. That is so cool how it fills in their portrait whenever we find out more about them. That is really neat. Okay. Yeah, there's like some curse going on here.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
It was really nice.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
This family is really
When
close
Edie told
knit.
people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it was. So as I was saying, this family is really close. That is awesome.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Whoa! Look at that bathroom.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
I kind of like it, to be honest.
It was a pretty big trace.
It's a pretty big trace to leave behind. There's a secret in the bathroom. With all these odd locks on these books. There's some secrets I guess they don't want anyone to know.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
What the heck? I kind of like her sense of style. I haven't seen all of Edith, like the way she looks, but all from the little glimpses on her arms and on her shoes, I like her style. Like her style.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Milton also a drinker? Was he of legal age? Oh man, look at this room! That is so cool!
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
This is a nice looking room. They were brothers! Oh my goodness. They had like 2 different forts
I
on
guess my
either side of
grandpa
the room.
didn't like history any more than my mom did.
This room?
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Oh man.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he
Whoa.
wasn't.
I think the way the
I think
motion is
Calvin
animated here, it makes me feel like I'm
always
actually on
wanted
the
to fly.
swing. My head's playing tricks on me with...
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
He's gonna go around the
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe
Oh.
he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Oh crap.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
What?
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Why? Oh my goodness, this is making me nervous. Eesh.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh man. Jesus.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar.
Oh,
When I was
man.
younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I mean, I would try it, but I was way too scared to try that hard. but I guess he
After the funeral,
He already
Edie
made
roped
up
off
his mind.
Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh man, you guys. Oh god. You know what this game is about now? About as far as I can gather, it's about her family history. I haven't really gathered a central theme yet. So. This house is really intricate. I wish I had a house that was half this cool. Spooky!
The passages
Okay.
were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
So gross. Is that a cake? All disgusting and old. I want to know more about her. Barbara.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Like the way he speaks.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16,
That
she
cake
was
has been there since the
almost
60s. That is so nasty.
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately,
Hard for me to think
the
of conventions
scream
back in
hadn't
the
aged
60s,
well.
70s.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her
I think I'm
biggest
just not
fan,
9 anymore, is what it is, Bob.
Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
He's unreasonably good at that.
Barbara's father, Sven, he'd slipped into a table
Oh,
saw
I
and
thought
had
that
to
was
be
him.
rushed to the emergency room.
Ugh.
So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right!
I like this.
Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep
Hey, what's
winding
going on, T-Lord? You wanted to stop by and tell me you're awesome. Or tell me I'm awesome.
Thanks,
Sorry.
baby.
You're awesome too.
I'll be
Let's
back
not get
soon.
that wrong. Thanks, T-Lord, for stopping by. If you want to chill out, we can. We're playing Edith Finch right now.
So Barbara went to look for him.
If you want to stick around and watch,
On cue.
definitely go for it. We're not that far into it, as far as I can tell, so.
She reached for the music box.
And from what I've read, it's actually not that long, so. Up to you, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I don't like this guy's voice. He's so good at sounding creepy. Oh, that is such a classic horror movie sound.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
What the? Oof. This gameplay is so interesting.
The
Whoa,
gang's
I
leader
didn't
is
mean
the
to smack it.
infamous Bookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
What the? This way? Get out of here. I'll smack everyone with a crutch.
The old fridge rattled.
Oh, bring it. Bring it. Let's go.
Oh dear.
He deserves to. I was about to say he deserves to be smacked
Relax.
anyway.
I was just trying to scare you to help you find
Wow.
your scream.
And now he's the one that's
I'm
angry.
scared,
Wow.
Rick. I'm
Dude.
furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She
Dude.
threw him out. She kept a little something to remember him by.
Okay.
Barb,
Okay.
have you seen my other
Her dad
And
had
she
his
was
hand on the
still
saw. That makes sense. I thought someone was like down there mutilating people.
watching the late picture show. Hours later.
Ooh. That's never a good idea.
Walter,
You watching this?
What's going on up there?
This late at night.
Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, you're dead.
Let me grab my crutch. Hold on. Oh, she has the crutch. Let's see. How do we go upstairs? The music is picking up again. All right. You don't scare me. Not scaring me one bit. Let's go. I'll fight anyone with this crutch. Open the door.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Suspicious activity.
Barbara turned,
Is this real?
saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Ugh. Ugly. Smack him! Smack him, girl! Oh, okay.
And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's got to be another way out of here.
I mean, probably. Isn't this the crawl space we were in not too long ago?
She played her part beautifully.
Get out of here, Hookman. Get out of here, Roadhog. I don't want any of this. What to
She
do?
thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Okay, fine. Where is he? Like,
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
the Hookman did not hear that. Yeah, it's the same passage. I recognized it when we walked into Molly's room. Hi-ya! Smack him, girl! Smack him! Oh!
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might
All right.
not be over
We gotta double
yet.
tap. We gotta make sure that he stays down. I bet when we get down there, he's gonna be gone. Oh, I knew it! You.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Seriously? Seriously? Okay, bring it on. Whoever this is, bring it on. I got a crutch.
The door was dying to speak to young Barbara.
Open the door, girl!
She heard whispering. It was coming from
What the heck?
inside the house.
Oh dear.
What? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Monsters had come to surprise her.
That's adorable.
It was a dream come true.
So, like, was the
Saw what
Hookman, like,
kind of monsters they were,
a person
and she
that was attending
realized
this
what was
surprise
about
party
to
and she just
happen.
injured him?
She was going to be famous.
Wait, what?
Her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Oh, man. What?
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did
Isn't that
her
like...
fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on
Oh, wait.
poor Rick.
Oh, wait, until I say
Who
my piece.
disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard.
Walter, why didn't you just come out when we asked you to?
As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Ew.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Okay, I appreciate the pun. But, ew, the ears on the back, too. Gross.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
I mean, I liked Barbara's story. Seemed really cool. Oh, look at her door! Wish my house was this cool. Back inside we go. So, if you noticed on the banister where he fell,
I guess
you can
now
check
I know
it
why
later.
Mom didn't like me playing
There's a
with the
hole in
music
it.
box.
We'll see. I'll see if I can... Like, in here? Yeah. Like, right... Oh, there is! Look at that! It's all broken and stuff, and... I mean, it's not down there anymore, the shattered table, but... That's pretty cool! So someone was pushed through the banister or something... Definitely
funny.
did happen there.
All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Basement. Where to? Where to go next? Probably the basement. Time to investigate. Has some history to it. Oh, they have one of those chairs that like sends you up the stairs. Those are really cool. Okay, basement.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Man. A lot of stuff
I wonder
left
if
over.
that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
Hey, go to the dining room. Yeah. Yeah. That's the garage.
Only
Yes.
one restaurant would deliver to our house. We had Chinese a lot.
Imperial Palace. Like that. He sounds so good right now. Where is the basement?
Maybe I should go check out that music box down by the basement. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing
Okay,
home.
I get it. Basement. Music box. There it is. Aha! I walked right past it. There's Barbara on it too. It has the Bigfoot. Oh. Okay. Alrighty. Where's my crutch? Where's Barbara's crutch? Kind of quiet down here. I don't like
Mom
it.
said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
No thanks. There's some like medical ramifications to getting the same shot twice.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
What
It turned
the
out she was
heck?
hiding a lot more than that.
This house just keeps getting more and more complex. Oh, I can't see anything.
I
It is
remember
really dark.
asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
I think Barbara's father, Sven, was the man who built the house and all the passages. What the? Wait. Oh, it's just a painting of the outside because we're underground. It's a bunker.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years he's living in a bunker.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Oh, 1968. Was this like an atom bomb or something going on?
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
Ew, what is that? Ugh,
I always
God.
expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
76. Oh man, it's 7.
Even a monster on the other side of the
8
door
years later?
starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Oh, it's just peach. It looks like spam or something.
And then one day, everything just stopped.
2005. That's pretty recent.
Whatever
Well,
that thing
somewhat
was,
recent.
it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. Walter, Barbara's little brother, has lived down
It's
here
been a
since
week
his
now,
sister died.
the
Jeez.
longest in 30 years.
All right,
I'm done waiting.
time to go to the surface.
I have to leave. Well, I still can.
How do we open this? There we go. Like, whenever you interact with objects, you have to, like, drag the mouse in a certain direction to interact with it. Did it the wrong way there for a second. Such a tight core. You
I
built
know
this?
it's out there somewhere.
Albinos. I'm just confused
Whatever
on what he's
killed
talking
Barbara.
about. Oh.
And Molly. And Calvin.
I mean, it wasn't one thing that killed everyone.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Oh, I like where this is going.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Oh, he was scared of the curse.
I don't mind if I
Oh.
only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh, wow.
Walter died when I was 6.
Oh,
I
jeez.
can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
So this dude was living in this house and no one else knew?
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Thank goodness, you guys. He's trying to escape the curse. The curse seized the exact moment he left. And instead he fulfilled it, yeah.
Maybe she was afraid
Poetic
I'd
in a
end up
way.
like Walter.
So,
But if
Okay.
she never told me about an uncle under the house,
What else is she
I can
hiding?
only imagine what else she was hiding.
That's exactly what I said.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Man. Oh, this is where all this trash goes, I guess. Can't imagine what kind of bugs and rats that's gonna attract. These are train tracks, we must remember.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
Man.
Maybe we believed so much in a family curse.
What?
We made it real.
Oh, man. So was there even a... Oh, probably. Oh, man, you guys. This...
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Maybe two. I have a lot of questions at the moment, but I'm just gonna let the game play out before I ask them.
Died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
From the beginning of the game, I remember that the dialogue she's speaking is actually a letter that's written to her. I can't remember who it's from. But whoever that is that's writing it might still be alive. Good. Oh, I think it's this way. Yeah. I have a lot of questions.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
So, Edith is the one who wrote it. Is that Edith Sr. or this Edith? She's reading it.
And when you look at the house,
writing it.
had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
As I said, I have a lot of questions.
And yet it seems possible.
I like the way you interact with objects. Feels really natural.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
So she's reading a letter that she's
What
writing
kind of
and
family
or
finishes
wrote.
building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
2 of the gerbils are really actually named Derpy. Shadow. Oh no! Shadow's dead! He just rebranded my channel not too long ago. I'm kidding.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Oh man, these are really beautiful. That's like the recreation of him walking through the... Wow. Molly was the cat. Calvin. Man. That is really beautiful.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
That is really nice.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
So, is that the house?
Edie said she dreamed about the
wow.
old house every night.
They were that close to shore? What can we do? I guess go back.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
This is a nice...
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Ooh, it's all rickety and old. Be kind of nervous walking up.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
You had a kid. So, okay. Interesting.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Well, look at that. Like a old-timey selfie there.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Perfect.
Nice.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay,
Odin
got
Finch
it.
National Park.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
She's writing this to
Just
her
be
child.
careful.
Huh?
The camera's older than you are.
Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be looking at here.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Look at all those finches over there. What are we supposed to be looking at? Oh, I like this music.
Definitely should
calm.
not have drunk all that coffee.
Oh, ew.
Hold still.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know,
God,
Dad.
Dawn.
You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
A nice picture of this equipment.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
I guess. That came out kind of
Grandpa
blurry.
Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Probably.
Give me a minute to check the map.
Alright, one more.
You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Okay, fine. Should I be wasting film on?
Let's see. Good eyes, Don.
Hey, yeah. Look at that.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
The Dawn is Edith's mother. We're looking through the eyes of her grandpa right now.
I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive...
Oh, wow.
Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Oh. That was me moving the dad. Thought I was trying to move the camera still.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh. Did he just... Wow. He got revenge, I guess.
Of all these stories,
Eesh.
that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Okay. These are really beautiful
Instead
looking
of hiding
rooms.
from death,
They're really
Sam seemed to
personal
go out of his way to meet it.
to whoever's living in them. Okay. Okay. I think everything's all set up correctly. I am so bad at live streaming, you guys. It is insane. Okay. Everything looks good. Okay. So, welcome everyone to yet another live stream. Today we are going to be playing something a little bit different. Hey, how's it going, Miko? Welcome to the stream. Everyone watching live as well as everyone watching this archived as well. As I said, today is going to be a little bit of a different kind of game that we're playing today. It's nothing Nintendo related, surprisingly. Today, we are going to be playing, as you probably might have guessed, What Remains of Edith Finch. I have heard a lot about this game. If you were around during the Game Awards sometime late last year, I think it was in late November, if I remember correctly, early December, sometime in that time frame. We did a live stream where we talked about all of the nominees, all the rewards that were given out that night, stuff like that, and Edith Finch was a heavily nominated game, if I do remember correctly. And it's also a game that I had heard about quite a bit during the year last year, back in 2017, which feels like it still feels like it's 2017, if I'm being honest. So prepare for the feels, folks. I honestly don't know what I'm in for. I've heard that it's really good. That's all I've heard. So before we get started, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, we're going to go ahead and just read a few little tidbits of what critics are saying about this game, if I can pull it up on the screen. Let's see. How's everyone's night going? Actually, while I do that, I hope everyone's doing well out there in the internet world. And we are in for a ride tonight. So, a few little tidbits about what people have been saying about this game critically. One such reviewer from The Guardian says, succeeds in recreating the childhood joy of reading a book and being utterly transported into its pages. Awesome. Another one from Polygon here, beautiful and bittersweet. Quite simplistic in nature there. And then another one last one from Rock Paper Shotgun says, Edith Finch earned every tear, every laugh, and every moment of joy. Recommended. Wow. So, quite high praise. just to kind of put it lightly. Lots of people are saying quite a few good things about this game, and I'm excited to go ahead and get started with it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start booting it up. Bittersweet and excellent work. Are they shooting fireworks? Oh no, that was just me. Haha. Am I supposed to be triggering something here? Oh!
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day.
Whoa.
Out there on the beach alone. Just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Jeez!
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh my goodness. Game is nuts.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Going down the path, the train tunnel turned back to the house. There are
it was
chairs
as far
still
away as
hung
she
up
could get.
in the trees from the storm that night. This seems like a game that would be pretty valuable to are pretty worth it to play for a second time just
She
to
spent a
notice all
summer
the small
building
things like
houses in
that.
Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Lewis? That's
When my
Edith's
dad
brother,
died,
if I remember
don't
correctly.
think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
The house is just getting built more and more.
And for a while,
Fun.
things were good. Almost normal.
Is this a classroom in the house? Oh my
But it
goodness.
didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Wait, this is a castle? Oh my god, that's awesome.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
What a view, too. Oh my goodness. Okay, Milton.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh. The flip book. What the? Oh, that's meta. Like art representing real life. The Scribblenauts. He had a concept for Scribblenauts before it came out. So...
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
So he's never been documented as, like, officially dead.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
So weird. Okay.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
So... now I'm curious as to what he found. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. House is huge, might I add. Like how
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
how
After
big
he
is
graduated,
this
he
house?
just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Oh my, I'd be so nervous living in this one. The only support is the tree branches. And if it gets windy, oh man. Oh my god.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Oh, his room looks cool. Whatever's going on in there. This way? Yeah. His room is a boat. That is so cool.
Lewis's room smelled very,
Oh my goodness.
very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Ooh, Lewis is smoking. He's smoking in here. No wonder she told her not to come in here. But he's got a computer! And his chair is an exercise ball? Lewis was a stoner, lol. Okay. There's gotta be a story here. So let's find out.
Dear Mrs. Finch, As Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Oh no.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
Ugh.
His mind began to...
What is that?
wander.
Oh!
I
Hey,
asked
look at
him to
that.
describe it.
I'm still doing both of
He
these
said he
things at once.
started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
I'm doing my job and playing this game at the same time.
Then something moved. Bats.
Bats?
And toads.
Oh man, this is hard. Okay.
And things that have not names.
That's creepy.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
What is wrong with this guy? Substance, probably.
But he found something more. I worried about him then.
Like, they're games within games.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even
It's gotten
encouraged
bigger.
him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Doggy. I don't understand
On
how
the
this
edge
can
of a
go
city
bad.
he named Lewis Topia.
Wait, never mind. There's a
He built the
giant
city up
blade to
slowly,
my right.
brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
Everyone's following me.
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one
This
day
job
it
is
struck
so
him
mindless.
that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an
Yes.
election for mayor.
And of course, Lewis wins.
And he won.
Mayor Lewis.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Goodbye, everyone.
It
I just
became
got
a
elected
game.
mayor, but I'm leaving. I can't see the fish
Conquer a
anymore.
city, then immediately push on.
Oh, this is so hard.
New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from
Oh,
our
boy.
reality.
I almost crashed. Oh, there you go.
Minneapolis.
I
Until
don't know
one
about
day
you,
he
but
forgot to go home
the
from
more
cannery.
this goes on, the harder it is for me to do my
Even
job.
as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Why is my mom at my job right now?
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a...
Wait, what the? Whoa, whoa. I don't know which one to go with. Okay.
beautiful prince.
Getting harder to control my hand. Holy cow.
The prince was on his own quest for
Oh, I gotta go with rainbows here.
radiant rainbows.
Look at those rainbows.
He followed the sound of his...
I'm gonna do the harp this time. I've been choosing the right option this whole entire time. Whoa!
silver harp.
That was close. Oh my... I don't know if it's just me, but my hand is like... so hard to control right now.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Good evening.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
What the... I can't even see the
He knew the world
frickin'
was all
cutting
in
board.
his imagination.
There's so many fish.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Oh yeah. This looks like a scene out of a Star Wars or something.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Got so lost in his own imaginary world. I mean, it looks great, to be honest.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Whoa, what the? I'm gonna assume
Began
this
to
is
forget
my
the
locker.
world we know.
He's got video games in there. I appreciate that. I like video games.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
I mean, he wanted something more from life
He
other
began
than
to despise the
chopping
man with a
salmon
royal
every day.
contempt.
Wait, is that me? Is that Lewis?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Look
The
at
palace
it!
would be packed with his companions.
Everybody loves me. Oh, this is a beautiful looking castle. Nobody has faces though, that's kind of creepy.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
I have a feeling whatever is going on in the real world is actually very gruesome and scary. Oh boy.
His prince waited, holding his crown.
Look at this place though.
There was only one thing left to
Pretty.
do.
And this, it's all fish themed. Just like his job.
Bend down his head.
No! jeez, dude.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Okay. Holy
My brother
cow.
was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
All right. Moving right along. Oh man. He's such a cool
On the way
guy.
back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed,
I mean,
but I
a
understand
nice
why we
house.
left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff
What
as we've been
happened that
walking
night
around
had
this
been coming
house.
for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's
guess.
left now was to tell you about that last night.
Put the writing on her. Or is that... No. Oh, never mind. That's just the shadow casting on her leg.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh, jeez, dude.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
I mean, with a house like this, you really
You're
can't
afraid
seal
of
off a
isn't
specific
going to
room.
end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
I mean, I don't know if you could blame a person.
There's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
I like this lady's voice.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought
I don't like where this is going either.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Yep. Don't like where this is going. Not one bit.
I got turned around.
I genuinely don't know where I am.
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Whoa. A bed frame?
When I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Oh.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it.
Mom,
Let go.
what is wrong with you? I just want to read it, okay? Not for you.
I didn't scream, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Jeez.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up.
What's with this
she was
lady?
already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Oh.
We both tried to make the best of it.
Hey, I can control the hand.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
He died?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
So she died in childbirth. And the child lived? Or did they both pass away? Oh boy. Wow. Man, I don't I don't know what to say. That was her son with the flowers at the beginning, and okay. I mean, that's happy, I guess, that her child is living and continuing her legacy. Although, if the curse of this family tells you anything, I don't know. I mean, the difference here, I guess, is that this child is gonna know all these things as they grow up. Well, a few of them also knew about the curse beforehand, too, so. Man. I really liked Lewis. I liked Lewis. He just didn't really feel like he had a purpose in life, which is just unfortunate for really anybody. I really liked Edith as well. He had a very good perspective on life and death, and just it seems like she had this understanding of why people are the way they are, and kind of why they make the decisions that they do. But those who knew were scared and spent their whole lives fearing death instead of living. Yeah. Yep. It'd be cool to see what happens to the kid. But man, Barbara's story was pretty cool too, now that I see that on the credits screen. I liked the gameplay for that, and the comic book presentation was really unique and interesting. Oh my, that game was like... That game was really heavy. It was full of these like emotional stories, and oh wow, that was really interesting. The gameplay and the well, you could call it gameplay, the environmental storytelling, all of that stuff really reminds me of Dear Esther, and gosh, there's another one that has a Gone Home. Dear Esther and Gone Home are the two games that I think about when I play a game like this. Lewis's story hits home for me because I am pretty reclusive myself and like to spend my time in imaginary worlds. Well, hopefully, unlike Lewis, you feel like you have a purpose and you're living for something. I think that was really what his issue was, is that he didn't really feel like he was going anywhere, and so he decided to resort to these kind of imaginary places where he had, like, he went to these imaginary worlds that he built for himself, and I don't know, he felt like more like he belonged, I guess? I don't know. I don't know, man. Gone Home is really good. I agree. That is actually one of my favorite PC games I've ever played, is Gone Home. The replay a story option is now available. Cool. So, awesome. That's pretty cool that you don't have to play the entire game again just to look at a story another time. Okay. Holy cow. That game was so... I feel like emotionally exhausted just because of how much that game throws at you. Here, actually, let's bring up the game one more time. So, I think the best one, in my opinion, was Barbara. That one was really cool. The most sad and unfortunate one was also, I think, either Walter or Lewis. But yeah, that was Remains of Edith Finch. That was pretty good. It's probably gonna take me like a few days to fully gather my thoughts and opinions on this game, but I do know immediately that that was a really good experience, and I liked it. I think the most heartbreaking is either Lewis or Walter. It's between those two, because Lewis, we just went over Lewis, and Walter, he lived his life in fear, and all he wanted to do was just get away from the curse that doomed his sister. But the moment that he tried to seize that lack of fear, or like seize the moment that he loses all that fear and tries to go out and make a better life for himself, it just ends, and it just ends the same way pretty much the rest of them do. And I think for that reason, for me it's either between Lewis or Walter that had the saddest stories. I didn't quite understand Molly's, to be honest. I don't know if like she just died of starvation, or if something really killed her. I didn't quite understand that. Edie's also is like, I kind of want to know where she went. Same thing for Milton. I kind of want to know where those two disappeared to. I'm not sure. Unfortunate for Dawn as well. She just wanted to have a better life with her daughter, and lo and behold, this curse just made her extremely ill, and she wasn't able to see it through. Oh. Some stories don't have endings, and that's just how life is. Yeah. I get that. I get that. I don't know. So, What Remains of Edith Finch? I like it. I think it's a very nice experience. I think I'm probably gonna want to go through a couple of those stories just to play through them again, and see if I can pick up on those small little nuances and like little hidden details like we were talking about through the entirety of that playthrough. See if I can catch them with my own eyes. That was pretty nice. I like these kind of games. The kind of games that aren't necessarily about being a game. It's more about telling a story and using the interactivity of a game to further immerse the player into that story. And this game does a very good job of that. As I said as well, Gone Home and Dear Esther do great jobs of that. And then another one that I just remembered, which is also like probably just as heartbreaking, is That Dragon Cancer. So all 5, if I count correctly, all of those games do really great jobs of using the medium to just tell great stories. And I think what Remains of Edith Finch is definitely going to fit right in with the rest of those games, which are, in my opinion, all very great. So yeah, those are my current thoughts on What Remains of Edith Finch at the moment. Very it's an experience. That's all I've really got to say about it. Yeah. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching me play through this game. I wasn't quite as talkative as I probably normally would be if I was playing anything else. That's just because I kind of wanted to get an idea of everything that was happening and really experience the game the way it wants you to, I guess. Anyways, but I hope you enjoyed watching, and to everyone who is possibly watching this archived, I am hoping you enjoyed watching as well. So I think that is pretty much all I have to say before we take off for the night. Quite an interesting experience. And then depending on how well what we think of playing non-Nintendo games on this channel, maybe we'll do more in the future. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's it. If you want to participate in helping to select which games we play in the future for the stream, feel free to follow me on Twitter. It's at alecandstuff with 4 Fs because some crazy guy somewhere on the internet has stolen my domain name, or not domain name, but username. There's already an alecandstuff on Twitter, but he's never used it in like years, and I've tried reporting him a bunch of times so we can, like, or not reporting him, but just like contacting Twitter about it, saying, can we relieve this account so I can use this handle? Anyways, it's been going on for years, but you know what? I'll just embrace the 4 Fs. So if you want to participate in that, feel free to follow me on Twitter. I'll be posting polls before streams come up, and then we'll see what we want to play. So, and then what day is today? What day is today? It is Thursday, so on Saturday, we'll probably be coming back to stream with some more Super Mario Odyssey. So if you're around on Saturday, or if you're watching this before then, feel free to tune in and watch that playthrough. As slow as it's going, just go along. So hopefully we'll get to beat it before the next Mario game comes out. I'm just kidding. We'll definitely pick up when the Mario Odyssey streams more, especially now that we've come to the conclusion that we're not going to archive them because they get copyrighted the instant they're done processing. So we're just going to play Mario Odyssey and not archive it when we play it, unfortunately. But anyway, so that is probably going to be it for me for today's stream. More streams! Exactly. Before I go, one more time, I'd like to give a huge shout out to everyone tuning in, watching this archived, and everyone watching this live. I'm seeing you right here. I think it's over here, up in the chat, Mika. Thank you so much for joining me on this emotional roller coaster of a journey. I think that's all I want to say. So yeah. What's the thing there's something I always gotta have to say before I leave. I can't remember. Maybe if I put on my glasses and turn the stream into funky mode, I'll remember. Anyways, emotion loves company, or emotion favors company. Yes, I agree. It's good to experience these things in a social setting, because it's opens up our conversation. But anyways, that's gonna do it for me for this stream, everyone. What's the word again? Oh right, yeah. Of course, as always, I'm alecandstuff. This stream just got super funky, and I will see you all again real soon. Bye. The meme, it hurts. I'm sorry. It's just too good. It's just too good.